everyone, Costume Teacher here, and I'm here today to read to you Chapter 10 of Mr. Popper's Penguins, which is called Shadows. All right, there are a few vocabulary words that I want to make sure we are all familiar with as we read the chapter. And those words are mopey. Can everyone say mopey? Mopey means to be sad or gloomy. Aw, nobody wants a sad puppy. And Eeyore, oh, poor Eeyore. It's my birthday. Nobody remembered. I feel you, Eeyore. We've all been sad or gloomy sometimes. And the next word is ill. Can everyone say ill? That means to be sick. Ooh. Hopefully nobody feels like that today. Remember, if you're sick, stay home. All right, our next word is sympathetic. Can everyone say sympathetic? That means to be understanding of someone else's feelings. Now, we had the opposite of this word in Chapter 5, when the repairman was unsympathetic towards Mr. Popper. But now, someone's going to be sympathetic towards Captain Cook. All right, our next word is stupor. Can everyone say stupor? That means to be dazed or in a trance. I feel like we see that a lot in cartoons or like Looney Tunes when they're like, all right, and our final word is despair. Can everyone say despair? That means extreme sadness. Hopefully nobody feels like this today either. Oh no, there's a lot of mopey and despair. Ooh, this could be a sad chapter. All right. Well, if you're following along with a copy of the book, this chapter begins on page 63. And what's cool is that there are 20 chapters in this book overall. And now we're at chapter 10. We're halfway through the book. How cool is that? All right, let's begin. Chapter 10, Shadows. Next day, the picture of Mr. Popper and Captain Cook appeared in the Stillwater Morning Chronicle with a paragraph about the house painter who had received a penguin by air express from Admiral Drake in the faraway Antarctic. Then the Associated Press picked up the story, and a week later, the photograph in retrogravure could be seen in the Sunday edition of the most important newspapers in all the large cities in the country. Retrogravure means they printed the picture a bunch of times and it spread around the country very quickly. So it's like an old-fashioned word for maybe what we would say it went viral, if that helps. Naturally, the Poppers all felt very proud and happy. Captain Cook was not happy, however. He had suddenly ceased his gay exploring little walks about the house and would sit most of the day sulking in the refrigerator. Mrs. Popper had removed all the stranger objects, leaving only the marbles and checkers, so that Captain Cook now had a nice, orderly little rookery. "He won't play with us anymore," said Bill. "I tried to get some of my marbles from him, and he tried to bite me." "Naughty Captain Cook," said Janey. "Better leave him alone, children," said Mrs. Popper. "He feels mopey, I guess." But it was soon clear that it was something worse than mopiness that ailed Captain Cook. All day he would sit with his little white circled eyes staring out sadly from the refrigerator. His coat had lost its lovely glossy look, and his round little stomach grew flatter every day. Well, that wouldn't be so bad, am I right? But still. He would turn away now when Mrs. Popper would offer him some canned shrimps. One evening she took his temperature. It was 104 degrees. "Well, Papa," she said, "I think you had better call the veterinary doctor. I am afraid that Captain Cook is really ill." But when the veterinary came, he only shook his head. He's a very good animal doctor, and though he had never taken care of a penguin before, he knew enough about birds to see at a glance that this one was seriously ill. "I'll leave you some pills. Give him one every hour, and then you can try feeding him on sherbet and wrapping him in ice packs. But I cannot give you any encouragement, because I am afraid it's a hopeless case. This kind of bird was never made for this climate, you know. I can see that you've taken good care of him, but an Antarctic penguin can't thrive in still water." That night, the Poppers sat up all night, taking turns changing the ice packs. It was no use. In the morning, Mrs. Popper took Captain Cook's temperature again. It had gone up to 105. Everyone was very sympathetic. The reporter on the Morning Chronicle stopped in to inquire about the penguin. The neighbors brought in all sorts of broths and jellies to try to tempt the little fellow. Even Mrs. Callahan, who had never had a very high opinion of Captain Cook, made a lovely frozen custard for him. Nothing did any good. Captain Cook was too far gone. Oh no, there he is in the fridge. He slept all day now in a heavy stupor, and everyone was saying that the end was not far away. All the Poppers had grown terribly fond of the funny, solemn little chap, and Mr. Popper's heart was frozen with terror. It seemed to him that his life would be very empty if Captain Cook went away. Surely someone would know what to do for a sick penguin. He wished there was some way of asking advice of Admiral Drake, away down at the South Pole, but there was not time. In his despair, Mr. Popper had an idea. A letter had brought him his pet. He sat down and wrote another letter. It was addressed to Dr. Smith, the curator of the Great Aquarium in Mammoth City, the largest city in the world. Surely, if anyone, anywhere, had any idea what would cure a dying penguin, this man would. 2 days later, there was an answer from the curator. "Unfortunately," he wrote, "it is not easy to cure a sick penguin. Perhaps you do not know that we too have in our aquarium at Mammoth City a penguin from the Antarctic. It is failing rapidly in spite of everything we've done for it. I have wondered lately whether it is not suffering from loneliness. Perhaps this is what ails your Captain Cook. I am therefore shipping you under separate cover our penguin. You may keep her. There is just a chance that the birds may get on better together." And that is how Greta came to live at 432 Proudfoot Avenue. And that's the end of the chapter. So let's see here. Hang on. Time out. So the penguin's not doing well. He's super sick. And so he writes to a guy at an aquarium, the curator, that means like the director, And then he's like, how about I just send you our penguin and see who's also not doing well, and let's just see if that helps. Totally believable, right? That could definitely happen. Okay, well, remember, this is a silly, fun story, so let's just go with it. All right. Well, I guess we'll find out about Greta in the next chapter. All right, everybody. Well, hopefully none of you are feeling too lonely and sad. And if you are, well, somewhere there's a friend out there for you. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next time for the next chapter.